This is Tanya Blum.
And David Rios. And we are from Earthshine.
And you are listening to Doggie Time.
On DentonRadio.com.
Can you dig it?
We can dig it.
I knew that you could.
Listen to this. I've been watching you every week and you're looking peaky, son. It's all that driving around. Can't argue with that, can you? Oh, hang on. When are you going to get yourself a steady job?
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
It's doggy time. Got a radio voice.
There it goes.
There you go.
On accident. I don't like it.
Well, let's see how your squiggly things match up on your radio voice. Give us a check here.
Squiggly thing?
The squiggly things, these are very important. Squiggly things.
My first line is, "What's up, homeboy?"
What?
My first line is, "What's up, homeboy?"
And keep talking.
Hi, my name's Hannah, and I'm talking to you in a voice that talks. Surprise!
Greg?
Yes, sir.
Say something.
What's up, homeboy?
Paws up, my cats and kittens. You are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. I am your host and humble narrator, Bone Doggie, here to remind you that a man who has never gone to school may steal a freight car, but if he has a university education, he may steal the whole railroad. All right, my cats and kittens, welcome to this, the 22nd episode of Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. And as we speak, my cats and kittens, I have to bring up the prospect that is looming over some of our friends up there. We've got some buddies up there at the 39th Telluride Bluegrass Festival up in Colorado. That's up in Telluride, Colorado, and this thing's been going on for 39 years apparently. And up there this year we have our very own Backwater Opera and our very own Sarin. Both Denton bands are up there participating in the music festival. This is actually Backwater Opera's second year that they're up there, and I think this is Sarin's first. And as they are up there floating around in Telluride and having a grand time and playing bluegrass, Colorado, especially around the Fort Collins area, is on fire, my cats and kittens. Firefighters have been apparently fighting this thing for about 2 weeks. It's over there by the High Park area near Fort Collins, and I'm not exactly sure where Fort Collins is in relation to Telluride. Let me check here and see. Well, it looks as though the Telluride Festival is actually considerably far south, at least in Colorado standards. I don't know about Texas standards, but at least as Colorado standards, it's considerably far south of where the actual fires are going on. So I guess the kids aren't in any trouble up there. They're doing their gig way down there in the corner by Ridgeway, and the fires are up at the top by Fort Collins. Actually, my cats and kittens, Bone Doggie knows a wee little bit about Colorado. I have the honor of doing the Colorado Bluegrass Music Society newsletter. So if there is anything you need to know about bluegrass in Colorado, I could probably find it out for you very quick. And I do have some friends and colleagues up there in the Fort Collins area, and my heart goes out to them and my well wishes go out to them, because apparently this fire thing is just totally out of control. It is been burning for quite a while, and so we do have some concerns. Apparently some of the writers of the Colorado Bluegrass Music Society's newsletter have had to actually be evacuated and relocate. So, yeah, our thoughts and prayers are going out to that bunch up there. And what we do need to know is that Sarin and Backwater Opera are up there playing at Telluride. Now, Telluride, my cats and kittens, is a big deal. Give you just a wee bit of an example. The Telluride 2012 festival has got the likes of Peter Rowan, Bela Fleck, Jerry Douglas, Edgar Meyer, Tim O'Brien, and of course Sam Bush. Now that's just the Telluride house band. I think last year they had Robert Plant, they've had Mumford & Sons, the Decemberists, Elvis Costello, Emmylou Harris, David Byrne, Annie DeFranco. I mean, just tons of people. This is a huge deal, my cats and kittens. It is a huge deal. And the kids went up there last year. Backwater Opera went up there, and they competed in the new band contest and actually come in fourth place. So, you know, first time out of the gate, that's not a bad deal. Now, apparently, this is Saren's first expedition to the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, from what I understand. And Saren is a really, really good band, so we do expect them to make just as big a splash as Backwater did. I'm sure they will. What I'm getting to, my cats and kittens, is that Denton is being represented at the Telluride Bluegrass Festival by, again, our very own Backwater Opera and Saren. So we want to wish the kids a safe journey back and wish them all the luck that they got going up there. These are two good bands, my cats and kittens, two good Denton bands, and they will fit right in with that bunch. There's some serious bluegrass goes on up there, and both Saren and, of course, Backwater Opera, I am sure, are going to represent. So all the best to them. Come home safe and stay out of the northern part of Colorado. Maybe they should come back crossing I-50, go cut across Kansas and hook up with I-35 and then come on home. That's the way I'd do it anyway. So that's your official Bone Doggie, Doggy Time, DentonRadio.com travel log for the great state of Colorado, my cats and kittens. So now you can safely say this show has everything.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
Doggy time.
It's doggy time. Paws up, my cats and kittens. This is your host and humble narrator, Bone Doggie, here to remind you that every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., Doggy Time sets fire to the airwaves on DentonRadio.com by bringing you news and information, innuendo, murder, mayhem, and the best of Denton music, not to mention the humor, love, and insight straight from the lights of Backwater Opera, Soul Tax, Ashley Gatta, and of course, the occasional Hickory Street Hellraiser, just to name a few. Now we know that as we suffer the day-to-day slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, my cats and kittens, you can't always bank on being in front of one of these digital contraptions every Tuesday night. Well, old Bone Doggie is here to caress your earbones with a bit of joyous news. You can hear Doggy Time anytime simply by going to DentonRadio.com and clicking the button on our player that is sporting the visage of yours truly. Or if you want the direct route, visit our blog at DentonRadioblog.com and click the Doggy Time button there. And as an extra bonus, my cats and kittens, you will also have the past episodes of Doggy Time at your fingertip. Paradise is but a mouse click away. So feel free, my cats and kittens, to sit back, relax, and at your leisure, listen to Doggy Time anytime on DentonRadio.com. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
We can dig it.
I knew that you could.
And now, friends, another edition of Bam Bam Cares.
If you know you're not good looking, learn how to play a guitar. Someone will make out with you. Bam Bam Cares.
Tune in next week, friends, for another edition of Bam Bam Cares.
All right, my cats and kittens, it is now time to throw caution to the wind and bring in our special guests for this episode. Our first guest is lovely and talented. She is a photographer. She is a filmmaker. She is a actress. She is a comedian. She is also the head of the World Bank, and we all owe her money. Give it up for Ms. Hannah Smith.
It's good to be gangster.
It's good to be gangster. And of course, joining us is, due to a terrible lack of his own personal judgment, the newest member of the Hickory Street Hellraisers, Greg Thumper Beach.
It's good to be back here at Doggie Time.
I'm sure
I'm proud
it
to
is.
be one of the worst named bands in the Dallas area.
That's
it's
right.
Nice. It's nice. I'm proud of it.
We talked about that last episode. By
Oh, did
Kathy.
you?
Yes,
Okay.
we did. It was the proudest moment in a band's life.
Hey man, no press is bad press.
Well, that was great press. I loved it.
We should take one of those quotes and use it as like a, like lead in or
It's
a
always
tag for a show. Dallas Observer's 13th worst name in the area.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming out
Thank you for
and
having
doing
us.
the show.
Not a problem.
And well, we had all met at Banter, and you guys come in and scared the hell out of everybody because you did not have a guitar. You were not singing some pencil-legged song about angst and things that you have no business singing about. Actually, you came in as comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
That's always my canned line at open mic nights. Is like, hey man, at least I'm not singing Wonderwall for the millionth
Well,
time.
thank you.
I'm trying to spill truth here.
That blasted Radiohead song. Stop it! Stop right now! I'll send both of you out right now. I'll do this show by myself. I'm telling you. So, but Hannah, you and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in depth.
Oh no!
You apparently, against your own will and your good judgment, I understand, are on the radio at K. Be careful, KNUT.
KNTU.
Okay, that is so edited. That is so going to be edited. I'm going to be bleeping that. KNTU. There you go. So you are when are you on the air now?
I'm on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 6:30 to 9.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesdays, and good. That means that you're not on Tuesday night
Yeah.
interfering with Doggie Time.
No, I'm not interfering with you at all.
Okay, that's good.
Scooter Time will not interrupt
Scooter
with Doggie Time.
Do you go by Scooter?
It's a nickname from my friends back home. It's just kind of carried its way up here.
Okay.
I actually go by Courtney on the air.
Well, when you introduced yourself to me, you were Courtney Smith.
When I gave you my email, it said Courtney Smith on it.
Yes, yes. And then all of a sudden you became Hannah, and I thought, okay, there's been a terrible cloning accident.
Courtney is my slave name.
Okay.
And then she changed it to Yusuf Islam for a little bit, and then to Hannah.
Well, Thumper, what is your slave name?
Kuta.
That
no, you
sounds a bit rude, doesn't it?
It's hey you, work harder.
Hey you, work harder. There you go. I love that. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about the radio and some of the other things that you guys have got going. And of course, like I said, Mr. Beach here has been dragged into the fold of the Hickory Street Hellraisers.
I love it.
We're glad to have you.
I love it, man. I'm like just so stoked. I feel like the dude in Rockstar. I was a fan of the band, and now I'm in it. You know.
Is that game where the stuff comes at you real fast, and if you're not paying attention, you play the wrong song?
Yeah.
Guitaro.
No, that one.
No, Guitaro is that Japanese dude that does the new age music.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Nobody's going to get that joke.
No. That wasn't for you out there. That was for us.
Actually, I got to tell you, I was working at Sound Warehouse, Indie Warehouse. So it was Sound Warehouse. Say that fast 3 times.
Warehouse.
So anyway, I was doing the returns, and I would get these cassette tapes, and so I would take them out in the car at lunch and put my feet up, pass out, and listen to whatever. And that's when I discovered Kitaro, who is a brilliant Japanese musician, composer, maestro. But he looks like one of those guys that you in high school you just beat the crap out of. So,
which is why he does new age music now.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's all he has left, dude.
Yeah. But,
it's like that Bjork stuff where she's like, everything is music. It's nice, shiny noises.
Oh my God! We do not want to get into Bjork. We discussed this. We are not going to discuss Bjork on the air because I can't say it. So we're going to do that. So
she's asking for trouble putting a J where J's have no business being in her name.
Who does that? Who does that? You should have a vowel in there somewhere and then the J, like by York or something like Boo York.
I'm just surprised she doesn't have like a silent Z at the front of it or something,
She might have. I don't know. Is Icelandic? I guess that's based in English. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're nuts out there.
We'll have to Google it. I know. It's stuck all the way out in the middle of nowhere.
And they do that weird thing with the names where like your parent kind of like puts their label on you, like You know, like if I was Icelandic in an uber American way, it's like my name is Greg Beach, the son of Kevin. You know, that's how they phrase their names. It's like I'm, you know, Ari Brai Karason. I'm the son of Kara. You know, it's like, cool, now I'm forever stuck with this parental label upon me. Like, look where he came from. Let's blame that guy.
Now I've got this weird picture of you walking around with an axe. Erase the memory, erase the memory. Hannah, how are you, sweetie?
I'm wonderful.
So good. This guy's got an axe.
I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay.
We're not even going to walk down that road. All right. Well, guys, I think that now it would be wise, prudent, moral, and just at this time to play a little music.
Sounds good.
And save our souls from this terrible train wreck that's going on here.
Fair enough.
All right.
You know what you're getting into.
I think it would be cool to, let's drag out old Mr. Joe.
Oh, yeah, totally.
There's old Mr. Joe Pinson, who's a teacher up at TWU.
Oh, cool.
And he plays trombone. That's his main instrument.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Plays trombone. He's come out and jammed with the Hellraisers once or twice, as a matter of fact, which was kind of odd, but we had a good time. And as a fitting title for the tune, for coming out and for Mr. Joe coming out and playing with the Hellraisers, I think we're going to do his song Juxtaposition. J-U-X, Bjorkstaposition. So here is old Mr. Joe and his tune, Juxtaposition, and you are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I knew that you could.
Big people in little cars, poor people in fancy bars, lady preachers wearing mini skirts. Sometimes I laugh so hard it hurts. Mixed messages everywhere. Are these people stupid or they just don't care? Don't join a choir if you can't sing. Juxtaposition is everything. Juxtaposition, it's more than who you are. It's what you do, where you go, and who's riding in your car. It can make you look real stupid, or like a gem in a platinum ring. Don't forget it, or you'll regret it. Juxtaposition is everything. Old people sunning on the beach, college professors who don't know how to teach, big politicians elected on a fluke. Sometimes I think I'm just gonna puke. Crazy connections in the air, silly situations everywhere. If you can't fight, stay out of the ring. Juxtaposition is everything. Juxtaposition, it's more than who you are. It's what you do, where you go, and who's riding in your car. It can make you look real stupid, or like a gem in a platinum ring. Don't forget it, or you'll regret it. Juxtaposition is everything. There's a home out here in the country that would please a Donald Trump. You won't have to ask directions. It's just across the road from the city dump. The folks at the bank with the stagecoach are all true blue straight shooters, but their branch out there on the freeway is right next door to Hooters. Juxtaposition, it's more than who you are. It's what you do and where you go and who's riding in your car. It can make you look real stupid, or like a gem in a platinum ring. Don't forget it, or you'll regret it. Juxtaposition is everything. Don't forget it, or you'll regret it. Juxtaposition is everything.
Good evening and welcome to Discovery Forum. I am your host, Dieter Driesel, and tonight's guest is the world-class famous explorer, archaeologist, and director of weird studies at the University of Waterloo, Professor Hildegard Vanderbolge. Good evening, Professor Vanderbolge.
Good evening, Mr. Dweezil.
It is so good to have you on the show tonight.
Why, thank you, Mr. Woozle. It's frickin' sweet to be here.
Yes, I don't seem to have any notes here, but you seem to have someone with you. Would you be so kind as to introduce your associate?
Well, Mr. Weasel, isn't it obvious?
I'm sorry.
This is Bigfoot.
What's up, homeboy?
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, dude.
Forgive me for being a bit obtruse, Professor.
Whatever.
But the usual sobriquet for Bigfoot is generally known as a 7-foot-tall, 500-pound hairy beast. What you have here seems to be a 5'7" Puerto Rican.
He cleans up very nice, doesn't he? We had to use a ton of hair remover.
Only drag is now I smell like strawberry.
Right. Well, Professor, could you tell us how you came to discover this
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yes.
Well, Mr. Woozle, it's quite a fascinating story. I was on a government-subsidized hiking, camping, and getting back to nature expedition in the northwest region of North America at the time. One very dark night while I was performing the ancient Navajo ritual of nude communion with the forest mushroom goddess Herbavilla, I heard a terrible howling-type noise emanating from a nearby creek bed.
Yeah, I'm not a really good singer.
And being a world-class famous explorer, archaeologist, and director of weird studies at the University of Waterloo, naturally I had to rush and see the cause of this terrible noise.
I was trying to do Dio. Ride the tiger!
I made my way through that thicket, and I eventually came face to face with the discovery of a lifetime. It was very exciting.
Scared the hell out of me.
Right. So let me get this straight. You're dancing around alone in the forest.
Yes, with the nude forest mushroom goddess Herbavilla.
Yes, of course. And you hear a noise, so you investigate and run across this Sasquatch here.
Hey, you can't say that.
I beg your pardon?
You can't say Sasquatch. That's our word. You can't say it.
So, Professor, you came face to face with Mr. Bigfoot here. What did you do next?
We had an intellectual discussion.
Oh my God.
And I eventually convinced this big fella to allow me to introduce him to my colleagues and prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Bigfoot exists.
And how has the scientific community reacted to your earth-shattering discovery?
They're pretty skeptical so far.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
I know, right? So we decided to conduct a series of scientific symposiums across the country to create awareness of the plight of our furry Earth brothers.
Yeah, being Bigfoot sucks. Every time someone chases you around with a camera, you gotta make yourself all blurry, and that ain't easy.
So we're starting our tour in the town of Denton, Texas, where we understand that there's a broad spectrum of social and environmental enlightenment.
And some pretty good live music, too. That's what I'm all about. Denton music. Rock, jazz, country, hippity-hop, cha-cha-cha.
Well, Professor, we wish you and your discovery all the luck. I'm sure that the Denton community will be weighted with breathy anticipation of the prospect of witnessing this breathtaking exhibition.
Why, thank you, Mr. Doorstep, and all praise to the forest mushroom goddess Herbavilla.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to tune in to Discovery Forum next week, where we'll either have a new producer or my agent and his lawyer as a guest. This is Dieter Dweezil speaking.
Give peace a chance. All we are saying.
And we'd like to remind you, my cats and kittens, that this information was not solicited. It was gotten off the internet, which means if it's not entirely correct, it's not our fault. No responsibility taken, none received. All right. Well, let's see what's happening around town this weekend. We do believe that on Friday, up at Dan's Silverleaf, which is on 103 Industrial Street in Denton, we've got James McMurtry, the greatness of James McMurtry. That show is going to be at 10 p.m. and the cost is $15, I guess, in advance, and $20 at the door. There is an age limit of 18 plus on that one. And then, Dan's is hopping this weekend. Saturday, the 30th, we've got Slobberbone, the King Bucks, Rodney Parker, and the 50 peso reward, and Michael Donner, and they're all going to be up there. That show's going to start at 9 p.m., and the cost for that show is going to be $12 or $15 at the door, and there is also a limit of 18 plus for that one. Friday night over at Haley's, 122 Mulberry Street in Denton, we've got D. Hark, D. Smiley, Tigers, Ricky Blaine, A Party, and Sam Kaysen. And that show's going to start at 10 p.m. The cost is $5. at the door, and $10 if you are over 20 or under 21. That's it. $10 if you are under 21. My Cats and Kittens. That is an all-age show. And then Saturday at Haley's, we have the Dream Connoisseur Biography, 365 colors. I love that name. That's awesome. 365 colors. The Protein Broadcast, which is actually a great little duo, or maybe a trio by now. Those guys, Protein Broadcast, will play up at Banter's open mic every now and then, and they're really, really entertaining. You'll like those guys. So we got them, and also Stormy Durant is going to be up there. That's at Haley's at 10 p.m. on Saturday night, and the cost is free, but if you are under 21, you're going to have to pay $5 to get in the door. At Rubber Gloves, which is over there on 411 East Sycamore Street here in Denton. On Friday, we got Acolyte, Pinkish Black, Cities, and Terminator 2. That show's going to start at 10 p.m. The cost is $5, $7 if you are over 21. Age limit on that one is 17 plus. And then Saturday night at Rubber Gloves, we are going to see the likes of The Ground is Lava, Hate Your Friends, and Two Nights. They're going to be up there at 10 p.m. The cost is $3 to get in the door, $5 if you're under 21. And also there is a 17 plus for that show as well. So that covers Dan's and Haley's and Rubber Gloves. And let's see, next up on the docket, good old Banter over there on 219 West Oak Street on Friday night at 6 p.m. to 7:45. We got the Jazz of Aaron Hindenstrom. He's going to be there from 6 to 7:45. Steve Jackson is going to be playing from 8 to 9:45. And then to finish off the evening, my Cats and Kittens, the lovely, the talented, the wonderful Karina Michaela. This is Friday night up at Banter. It's 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Karina will do a wonderful set. You just fall in love with that woman. I know I did. And then Saturday night on the 30th at 6 p.m., we got Jazz with Pete Weiss. He's going to be playing from 6 to 7:45, looks like. And then from 8 o'clock to 9:45, we got a group called Wee Boys, or Wee Bis, I'm sorry, Wee Bis, B-I-S. They're a Denton band, and they are going to feature a variety of American eras, including old standards, Latin American jazz, Parisian gypsy jazz, both Northern and Southern American old time, Irish tradition, and music written by modern performers. So that sounds like quite the cavalcade of tunes that you're going to hear from Wee Bis. And then at 10 p.m. over at Banter, Saturday night is going to be Future Eyes. That's Kelby Strunk's bunch. They had actually got up and played with us last weekend up at Banter at an open mic showcase and had a blast. Kelby is a great band. Have a good time with those guys, so go and check all of that out. And then Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. up on the square, the east locust side of the courthouse on the square lawn at 110 West Hickory Street at 6:30 p.m., if you can believe that, 6:30 p.m. in the early evening, the Twilight Tunes program that's sponsored by the Denton Main Street Association is going to be carried on this Thursday, June 28th, by yours truly, Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers. We're going to be playing over there on the lawn. It says, bring your lawn chair and your blanket, grab a dinner to go from anywhere of downtown's many eateries, and enjoy an evening of great live music. And we are going to cut the rug, my Cats and Kittens. So the evening is going to be sponsored by the Industrial Street Guild, and I imagine that that's all the guys that are just at a monumental pace rebuilding Industrial Street over there. I don't know if you've been by there lately, but it's got apartments popping up. Everything's being renovated over there, and it just looks amazing. So the Industrial Street Guild is putting that gig on. And, of course, Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers are very proud to do our civic duty and play Twilight Tunes this year. It's a big deal. A lot of different types of folks come up there, a little bit everybody, you know, from senior citizens all the way down to the kids. And anyway, it's a great time. And y'all come out. It's at 6:30 p.m. up on the square, the very heart of Denton, Texas. and you can see Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers yakking up a storm and playing some new stuff and just having a good time. So that's pretty much what we got for the calendar this week. Remind you that there's also the open mics over there at the Garage. Let's see, that goes on Monday night, and you got to get online at thegarage.com to sign up for that one. And of course, the grand open mic over there at Banter on Thursday night. Sign up is at 7 o'clock. You have to be there at 7 o'clock, my cats and kittens, because the list is going to be full at 7:10. So lots to do this weekend over in downtown Denton. And aside from just the club scene, my cats and kittens, there's some other things going on. Friday, June 29th, the UNT Vocal Jazz Workshop final concert is going to be at Kenton Hall at 7 p.m., and that's a free show. That's the UNT Vocal Jazz Workshop. Their final concert is going to be at Kenton Hall. So go check that out. Also, we got Friday, June 29th, Denton Community Theater presents GI Jukebox at the Campus Theater at 8 p.m. It's $20 to get in the door. There's also a performance on Saturday at the same time, GI Jukebox. I think that's a musical basically featuring the music of the 40s around in there. That ought to be kind of cool. Friday, June 29th, Mariachi Keitzel performs during the dinner hour at La Milpa Mexican Restaurant. That's 820 South Interstate 35 East, and of course that's free. Have that one too, and so yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on. So I think that just about covers a little bit of everything, my cats and kittens. There's a lot going on. So go out there, spend up your money, have a good time, and support all the local stuff that's going on in one of the most unique cities that you will ever come across, and that, of course, is Denton, Texas. Can you dig that? Yeah, I knew that you could.
Hey everybody, this is Karina Michaela. There are a lot of music venues in Denton, but I wanted to take this time to talk really quick about one I care about very much. Banter, a bistro at 219 West Oak Street, is one of the greatest places to play in Denton. From the open mic to CD releases, all of the artists there come together and support each other. The community at Banter is one unlike any other venue. Everyone is always inviting, complimentary, and true friends of every musician there. If you are an artist looking for a community that will embrace you, Banter is certainly the place you need to be. The address again is 219 West Oak Street, and their website is dentonbanter.com. Come hang out, get a sandwich or some hummus, and take in the local Denton music scene. Thursday night is open mic, and you are going to want to check that out. See you then!
May as well enjoy the sparkly lights. No point in putting up a fight.
I wish you could like turn the chair around and sit on it like a camp counselor, you know, just like, let's rap, kids.
Well, my cats and kittens, if you have not figured it out, we are sitting here. We're rapping, kids. We're sitting here rapping. We're in the studio rapping. And we have with us Mr. Greg Thumper Beach and Miss Hannah or Courtney or Scooter or any number, Matahari Smith. And we had touched on this a few minutes ago, Hannah, about you on the radio. Do you enjoy it?
It's fun now that I'm not messing up every single time.
I could not relate to that.
Let's see. Did not know that we were an FCC regulated radio station. I thought that we were just silly little college radio that goes online and no one pays attention to us.
Right.
And that we're plugging in 88.1 for no reason, just to trick them. So it turns out that cussing on air when you accidentally hit your commercial cue instead of your sellback cue.
Awesome.
That gets the station manager to drive up from Louisville to scream at you. Also found out letting the emergency broadcast system cut off our smooth jazz to announce hail will also get the station manager to drive up from Louisville to yell at you.
So the emergency broadcast cut off the smooth jazz.
Yes.
Isn't it supposed to do that?
We are supposed to kill the emergency broadcast machine because it's just a giant box that sits looming over us and beeps and scares you.
Right.
Flashes. I don't like it.
Okay, apparently.
We're supposed to kill the message, and then as soon as the music is over, we announce it.
Oh, so you wait
Yeah.
till... Now, let me get this straight.
You have to finish the Kenny G song. You have to finish the Kenny G
We
song.
don't play Kenny
All
G.
hell breaks loose.
We don't play Kenny
Okay,
G.
so
Eric Marienthal, my
so
dad.
you're playing Kenny G, and Hale is destroying Louisville, and you have to wait till Kenny G is done to tell anybody about it.
Yeah. If Hale's already destroying Louisville, you should know about it before
Well, if you're in
announcing
Louisville,
it.
you're going to know about it.
And honestly, like, if Kenny G is playing, I feel like there's a national emergency going on.
Well,
If I hear Kenny G on the radio, I'm like, is it hailing?
The machine. He plays out of the corner of his mouth. Have you ever noticed
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
What if
kinda
I'm
creepy.
the Kenny G of jazz?
So anyway, you what did you say on the air?
Am I allowed to say it on this one?
I'm going to bleep you out, but it's going to be funny anyway.
Okay, I said 5 times in a row.
5 times in a row. Most people only say that once.
Now I got to say twice. 5 times.
Stop it.
No,
Now I got to bleep everybody out.
no, you turn up your microphone when the music's like
Right.
about to die,
Right.
and then you just heard blah 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 playing me, and
I
then you
love
hit
that
a
album.
button
I've got that album. It's great. Yeah.
off the 1957 recording, of course.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you hit a button that says play next, and then your ads start playing. Well, the station manager kept being like, keep your hand on the play next button because we don't want to lag between you turning down the mic and
Right.
the commercial starting. Just go ahead and hit play next. As soon as it's time for me to say blah blah blah, I hit the play next button, but my mic was still on, so you could hear all these commercials, which are just PSAs for autism. Apparently, that's the only thing that we're
That's
promoting.
kind of fitting, actually. I love that. Yeah.
And so it's just me going, oh, and so I'm trying to press stop on the commercial so I can still do my back sell and then go back to it.
Right.
And as I'm doing that, I'm just.
Now Doggy Time will sound like the emergency broadcast.
Exactly. But we will not be playing Kenny G.
I don't play Kenny G.
Actually,
Okay.
a funny story about Kenny G is that apparently he is like, I think it was Pat Metheny or some other famous jazz guy said this, and he goes, the one thing that people don't know about Kenny G is that he is the nicest, most endearing, genuine
Yeah, I'm sure he
guy
is,
in the
yeah.
world, which sucks because you can't tell him how you feel about his music.
You know what? It could be worse. He could be Yanni.
I love. There's a.
Don't get me started. I got tons of stories about.
No,
crappy
there's
musicians,
actually
man.
a stand-up comedian that talks about when I'm doing comedy, I feel like I'm playing jazz, and up here in my mind, it's awesome. I'm just like bum 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 bum. But what if I'm the Kenny G of comedy and I just don't even know it? I'm just like meh, 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 meh. They're just like, Kenny, that song sucks, because you know he thinks he's rocking it.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I know that song sucked, but you're gonna love this one. Meh, 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 meh. Kenny, that's the same song, I think.
Just backwards.
That should be the next sketch on Doggy Time, like the inner thoughts of Kenny G as performing. Just like, they're gonna love this in dentist, waiting rooms. People are gonna love this while getting a root canal.
I mean,
I'm gonna be huge.
You've got to love that he's got a monopoly on elevator music.
Oh, and Starbucks music.
Well, I've got to say,
My
I
Starbucks.
had a root canal years ago. I think I was about 14 years old.
So it was twice as painful of Kenny G on.
No, because first of all, I had the little mask with the happy juice.
There you go.
And I was watching the holes in the perforated ceiling get bigger and smaller to Tchaikovsky.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So laughing gas and Tchaikovsky work real good together, but we're not advocating
I
that.
was just
Like
about to
kiddies,
say.
we're not. But it's really interesting to bring that up. You have formed now, or are forming I guess, consortium of comics.
Yeah. We have had this great thing where it started off where I just showed up one day and met Hannah and Matt, and
Right.
we had that wonderful military kids moment, like, we're all comics, let's just be happy and talk, and then go really dark out of nowhere.
Right.
But and more people started showing up. We had other comics come in and out. We've had the one-timers, the people that thought like, oh, I can do this, and then get up on stage and go, oh, this is really hard. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, people don't love you? You
Yeah.
don't get an
Oh,
applause
wow.
break when you say your name?
Yep.
What I don't, but I've watched Patton Oswalt get it all the time. Like, yes, that was 10 years of work towards that.
That was in my mind the first time I did comedy. The first time I wrote out a bit, I planned for applause breaks where I was like, this is a great joke, and then just silence out there. It's amazing how quickly 15 minutes worth of material can dwindle down to 4.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, as you know, when ages ago, Bone Doggie and the Hickory Street Hellraisers had the honor, I guess you could say that, of doing a comedy show the second Saturday of every month up at J&J's Pizza in that basement.
Oh, I would love to do it there.
And I don't know if you've been in that basement, my cats and kitties, but it's about 90 degrees in the middle of June.
It's a fire hazard waiting.
It's amazing.
It feels like the basement, like the bottom of Amistad.
There you
like,
go.
It is
Exactly.
just a dirge.
Yes, you're in the bottom. You're in the bottom of a slave ship. So we're down there.
Above you,
and we did probably about 5 to 7 comics per show, and the band played them up and played them down, you know. And for the first year, it was a lot of fun. The second year was rather grueling because it was, excuse me. What was interesting was with the audience. Sometimes they were in a great mood.
Yeah.
And if it was comfortable in there, or it was cold in there, then the audience was in a great mood. If it was 90 degrees in there, it was really hard to drag it out. And I realized how difficult doing stand-up is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, and it's hilarious. I mean, we saw that the other week when I was trying out some new material, and I'm doing well with my stuff, and then as soon as I get to religion, like the 4 people listening to me and smiling just went, "That's not right."
The screech.
You're not allowed to say that. Yeah, I am. This is America. I'm allowed to say that.
That's why I don't make jokes anymore. I just get drunk and tell stories.
Drunken Stories from Hannah Smith.
That could be your first album.
There you go.
Drunken Lullaby.
Oh, is that going to top out? He already named my first album "My Kidneys Hurt" or "I Don't Know Where My Liver Is."
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. The yeast of my problem.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good. See, you could use that.
I thought about, and I finally realized what my first hour album is going to be called. Appetite for Distraction. I think that's gonna be a good one.
I like that one.
But yeah, dude, to go back to the comedy crew thing though, we had Nick Haddix show up.
Right.
And he's a 5-year guy. He's the kind of the veteran.
Nick, I think Nick Addy actually did a show or 2 down at the basement.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think he did.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time, and it was cool for him to show up because we're all the younger cats, I guess, doing this.
Right.
And he gives us advice. He goes, no, that works, and do this and that, and he was the guy that really, decided to go home and start the page and get it rolling. And now it's this kind of 5-6 person machine where,
it's Nick, it's you, it's Hannah, Matt Solomon, who will probably be on this show before too long.
Alex
Smeltzer.
Smelt. I was going to say, I don't know his name. He's still Alex that works at TJ's Pizza.
Yeah, he's Alex TJ's comic in my phone.
Alex showed up at open mic 1,000 years ago.
Really?
And he actually was singer-songwriter type thing, and that lasted for maybe 2
Apparently
appearances.
he raps.
Yeah.
That when he showed up again, he started rapping. And I mean, Alex Schmelzer, my cats and kittens, is a great guy.
Oh, he's
I love him. He's about what 5'9", 5.
No, he's taller. He's about 6 foot.
About 6 foot, weighs 30 pounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had his hat on sideways.
His Cheerios are a belt for the
I just looked at him and said, "Schmelz, pull up your damn pants." and he got up there and he would do the rap thing, and he did it for a while. And we talked a lot about, the PG-13, which everybody hates me for, but we have to keep it like that. But anyway,
because it used to not be like that, right?
No, it was never, ever not PG-13.
Because I feel like I came at a time when there was a guy that would come up and sing foul songs on the piano.
Well, you mean Mr. Joe?
I think so.
No. We have had foul musicians show up there at the open mic, and they didn't last very long. We had a couple of comics that tried that as well.
Oh, yeah.
And because it's a family atmosphere and stuff like that, and that's got to even make it more difficult to do. But
it's a gym, it's a test. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. If you can use your words, because if being a comedian, you have to be a wordsmith.
There was actually a point where we were like, we don't know if we really want to do banter anymore. Like when we first started, just because we were like, I want to be able to like curse and make dirty jokes, and we can't. And it's actually, I think that it's helped. Both of us with being able to like write and be more creative, because if you can't be funny about using a curse word as like a little jab at the audience, then you're not really a funny person.
Well, and it's nice to have your moment where you're like, like you said with the wordsmithing aspect,
it rhymes
of it now,
with bunt.
Right. Yeah, we're getting to do that kind of a thing, and then being able to realize, like, it's PG-13. I do get that one F-bomb. and now I get to plan when I'm going to use it and have it
A strategically
be,
placed
yeah, you know, like
F-bomb.
it's not just me sitting up there with nothing better to say, so I'm going to use it every other word or whatever.
It's a smart bomb.
You know.
The queen of one-liners that never uses them.
Smart bomb. Okay.
But yeah, being able, and it's fun for me is I like being meta and I like being really self-aware about it and going,
Right.
okay, caution, here comes the one F-bomb. Guard your children's ears because cancer is a bleep terrorist, you know.
There you go. There you go. That is too funny.
And I was shocked that I'm the one that like figured it out. Like I'm like the foulest dude when I'm not on the radio. I talk like a sailor, and the last couple of weeks I've done okay with not swearing so much. And I'll walk off the stage and go, I think I swore too much. And Hannah's like, you didn't cuss at all. You just bombed, Greg. There's a difference.
You didn't drop an F-bomb.
You just dropped a
bombed.
bomb.
You just dropped a bomb.
Yeah.
Right.
An unintelligent bomb.
That is funny. So what is it called? What is the official name of the comedians?
Denton Comedy Crew.
Denton Comedy Crew, and they can be found on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you got to check that out. Denton Comedy Crew.
Yeah, Facebook.com/Denton Comedy Crew.
I believe that's what it is. Where you can search. It's the new. Do I have to really tell you people that you have to search? Just search in the bar. You have the name.
That's what I do.
It's like I always love that. Like, where did this happen? You have Google in your phone. Just like look it up. Like, I get that I should know this. I should be intelligent.
like
but it's also 2012, and you can look it up.
I feel like I've become dumber now because of my phone. I don't have to actually think about this anymore. I have Google always on me. Wikipedia, I have an app for it. Yes.
See, we didn't have Google when I was young. You had to Google your butt down to the library. Yep. And then you had to Google yourself into the Dewey Decimal System, which doesn't make any sense at all.
So back when the bubonic plague wiped out a third of Europe's population.
Yeah, we pretty much had. We couldn't Google that either, you know. And there was no Drudge Report, so it caught everybody by surprise. So hey, plague! What? Where? Oh, darn!
Little Doggie's outside of the library, swinging a rat around at people, just flinging. Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead! When's your next run? Thursday? Oh, I can't wait that long.
oh God!
I feel happy.
No Monty Python. We're not gonna go over there.
I'm a girl. I don't even like the good Monty Python.
That's brilliant. I love that. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for coming out and doing this. I really appreciate it. And as always, my cats and kittens, we'd like to invite you to. I'm reading the script. Okay, we've got to the script part now. We'll try it again. Ready? Yep. Give me 3.
3.
No, we're not ready for this yet.
3.
Yeah, right. Give me 3.
3.
No, dude, 3.
What? Oh.
High 3. All right,
what?
3.
Are we cripples?
Probably so.
Vietnam vets say hi.
It's like no. Actually, Flintstones cartoons. They've only got 3 fingers there.
True.
That's right. So, as always, my cats and kittens, we'd like to invite you to keep listening to DentonRadio.com. That's this place, and tune in for a new Doggy Time show. That's this show. This time next week, which will be next week. This Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Okay, you read that one.
Can I plug our comedy gig?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool.
And if you want to listen to Doggy Time anytime, you can just click on the Doggy Time button on our DentonRadio.com player, and that'll take you to our blog at DentonRadio.com, where you'll also be able to hear past episodes of the show.
That's right.
You can also find Denton Radio on Facebook, so leave a post on the wall and let Bone Doggy know what you think of the show.
Or lie and tell me that it was really good.
Be nice, we're sensitive.
That's how I got the gig.
Okay, what gig?
Hellraisers. Lying to you. It's
I
all good.
remember you just showed up one day and played bass, so I said, okay, fine. Whatever you want to do.
There's nobody else that wastes their life playing bass. So.
What gig? What do you need to plug? Oh, he's got his phone out.
I'm trying to be good about this.
You're Googling it.
I'm getting the event so I can give people an address and
do you
time
have a Dewey Decimal System?
I do. I have a Dewey Decimal System app.
I've
got an app for that.
There's an app for that.
If y'all are looking to laugh and are able to make it out to McKinney, Texas on Monday, July 2nd at 9:30 p.m.
Monday.
Yes. The Denton Comedy Crew will be wrecking cars with their hilarity. No. And Truckosaurus will be there, aka Matt Solomon. No.
Oh, that is so gonna stick.
Thank you. Yes, we'll call. We should. We just call him Truckosaurus from now on.
Matthew, you are Truckosaurus now. Yeah. Congratulations.
But it's out at Churchill's British Restaurant and Pub.
There you go.
On 100 North Tennessee Street, McKinney, Texas 75069. We'll be starting at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and going until the bar closes at 12 p.m.
You're going to start both at 9:30 and 10 o'clock.
Yes,
you're going to start at 9:30.
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work, you're going to start at 10 o'clock.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if it blows after that, 10:30. I'm thinking.
Cries, yeah.
Just keep it going.
That's the nice thing about chronometry.
If it doesn't work the second time, then you'll be able to see me in the fetal position on the corner of the stage sobbing.
While Truckosaurus looms over her.
Just remember, my kitten, that great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds.
Praise the herb goddess Herbivilla.
Call back.
Okay. All right. Well, back to reality here.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Spread, really, I know. Just my old nemesis, gravity, shows up every Friday and Saturday night, usually at the lab or somewhere like that.
Choir practice.
2 Charlies, choir practice at the lab, or 2 Charlies or somewhere. Gravity rears its ugly head, and the next thing I know, my feet and the ceiling are in juxtaposition with each other. So, anyway.
Were my feet always perpendicular with the ceiling? When did this happen?
I don't know. So spread the gospel, my cats and kittens. We're back to the script now. Notice how I segued right into that.
Proud of you.
Pro.
It was a total.
Segue pro.
Actually, it hurt my neck. Okay. Tell your friends and loved ones about us. That's us here, us.
Hi.
And we support local here at DentonRadio.com. We hope that you do too. And now we are going to go out with a little tune that I haven't decided yet, but we're going to go out with one anyway. So you guys pretend that you know what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
I love that song.
Isn't that a great song?
I listen to it every night before I go to sleep.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you really? Oh, I get all girly inside when I hear it. It's just, I love it.
I get all gooey inside.
You get gooey? Ew.
As long as you're not gooey outside, it's fine.
I had to ruin it. It was a nice moment.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go out, my cats and kittens, with a song that apparently makes Greg gooey. This is...
You're welcome, random artist.
There you go. Brother Matthew Grigsby and his tune, Heroin and Booze. And you are listening to Doggy Time on DentonRadio.com. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I knew that you could.
Call a doctor, give me the patch. I got an itch I just can't scratch. Too much heroin and booze, but I still feel the same about you. And I don't know what to do. Everyone else loves you too. All that heroin and booze, damn it all, I can't quit you. The sun is high, my spirit's low. Heaven knows where my feet may go, except to heroin and booze. And those sweet, sickening memories of you.